All right, so on to the last little bit with our completed square work. So in this one, we're looking at graphs in the form of y equals x plus a all squared plus b. Now, the main thing with this form, in order to help us with all our graphology, is to just be able to identify that turning point. Because once we've got that turning point, then we're able to find out any other bits of information that we require. So I've got my sort of in general from the last video down. If you've not seen it, have a watch because that explains why this is the case. So we've got, in general, a graph of the equation y equals x plus a all squared plus b has a turning point of minus a, b. So in this first set of examples, and I've got two other ones to look at afterwards, we are being asked to state the turning point for the following equations. So in the first one, I've got y equals x plus 5 all squared plus 10. So to start off with, my x coordinate, I changed the sign and I used the number there. So that's going to be minus 5. And then my y coordinate is the same as the end with that same sign. So it's a positive 10. So question 2, I've got x minus 3 all squared plus 8. So I change the sign in the middle. So that's going to be now a positive 3. And then that 8 on the end. Then this next one here, don't get thrown off by this negative. The idea is still the exact same. I'm still going to flip the sign inside the bracket, and on the outside stays the same. So that's going to just be negative 8, because that's a positive 8, and then negative 2 on the end. And then same idea once again. This time that bracket is just, it's shifted to the end, but I still got to look at that a. I still got to look what's inside the bracket. That's a negative, so it's now going to be a positive 2 over 3. And then my y coordinate is just going to be the bit on the outside, which is that positive 4. So with that in mind, in this question, we have sketched a graph of y equals x minus 6 all squared plus 2. On your sketch, show clearly the coordinates of the turning point and the point of intersection with the y-axis. So to start off with, let's just sketch out our axes. So we're ready for the question. So to begin with, here's our formula of y equals x minus 6 all squared plus 2. So my turning point I'm going to change the sign inside the bracket. So that was a minus 6. So that's now going to be a positive 6. On the outside, it's a plus 2. So that's still going to be a positive 2. So that's my turning point. So it's somewhere around here. Because that x squared is going to be positive, that means it comes up like so, like that. So that there, that's going to be my 6, 2. Then I need to find out what the coordinates here are going to be. Well, remember, on my y-axis, so where I want to find my y-intercept, x is always going to equal 0. So using my formula of the y equals x minus 6 all squared plus 2, that's going to be 0 minus 6 all squared plus 2. So that's minus 6 squared plus 2. Minus 6 squared, that's going to turn into a positive 36 plus the 2, which equals 38. So the coordinates there are going to be 0, 38. All right, and then the last one then. So this one here says the graph below shows part of the parabola with the equation y equals x plus p all squared plus q. State the values of p and q. So this is kind of like the reverse. We already have our turning point. We now want to put it back into that equation. So to begin with, I'm just going to write underneath my sort of change value. So I'm going to fill in my spaces like so. So firstly, I've got this minus 4. So I want to change the sign so it's now a positive 4. And then my y on the end is just going to be that minus 11. Now make sure you don't leave your answer like this because you haven't actually stated the value of p. You haven't stated the value of q. That would be marked incorrect for your final answer. So I need to go to my part A there and write P equals that 4 and Q equals -11. And then part B says write down the equation of the axis of symmetry of that line. Well, remember, the axis of symmetry is that line that goes down the centre through the turning point. And on that line, x is always equal to the x value on my turning point. So x equals -4 is my equation. So that's pretty much it, all done. Let me know if you have any issues or any questions, and good luck with the work.